Hello, my name is Stephanie and I'm broadcasting to you live in NRG, Houston, Texas traffic. Basically it's about an issue that I've been a very big supporter of. I'm very pro-Palestinian, but I just want to say I do not condone the deaths of Israeli civilians either. I have a lot of Jewish friends. I even had a good friend of mine in Warren who was in the Israeli army. I haven't seen Warren in a long time. I do remember something that he told me that I'll never, ever, ever, ever forget. He said, "You've seen the things I've seen, there is no God." Now, he was from South Africa. He did serve in the Israeli armed forces. Honestly, it seems like this country in general has demonized Arabs for as long as I can remember. It started when I was in high school history class, and we were learning about Vlad Tepes. And I can remember the teacher painting Vlad out to be this good dude, like he's speaking for Christianity, and and all they taught us that they didn't teach us about the Ottoman Empire. They said he was fighting Muslim Turks. They didn't teach us about the leader Mehmed and the differences between the two men. Well, after watching a documentary on the History Channel, they painted it a little differently. Turns out, Vlad, I don't know if any of you know this, he was also the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula, and also known as Vlad the Impaler, was a psychopath who indiscriminately killed all Turks, regardless of whether or not they were children, men, women, villagers, whatever. And the process of impaling was a process that took you 3 days to die. It took 3 days to die. It was horrible. This guy was such a psychopath that he figured out this way, this almost surgical way to get from the mouth to the anus of his enemies. He slowly killed them. It was horrible. But here you got Mehmed, who was pretty much level-headed, supported both Christianity and Islam, and did not kill women and children discriminately. So, which of course makes Mehmed seem more humane. Which, of course, my high school history teacher probably didn't want that. In fact, I've just noticed this over time. We had a Jordanian student once when I was in high school, and the teacher, she was trying to give her perspective on Iraq. And of course, she was basically demonized that day. I think her parents had to take her out of school. Me, I'm always been curious. And I always ask people, I ask people to a lot of people actually, I say, well, have any of you ever talked to a Palestinian? Ever really talked to one? Because I have. I've met a few of them. They are the warmest, kindest people you ever meet in your life. And something else too that probably has nothing to do with this, the conflict, but the men are gorgeous. I'm a very happily married woman, but I'm happy. I would say that, I've met a few that just make you open your mouth and you're like, oh. But aside from that, they're the kindest people ever. And I feel like, in my opinion, they should be the most hateful people in the world, and they're not. And that, I really admire them because, I don't want to hear this crap about Israel has the right to defend itself. Israel is the occupier. And in the laws of war, they don't get that, to make that distinction. They don't, because Gaza is the occupier. Israel is the occupier, folks. This is an international law when it comes to war. You can look this up. I'm not making this up. So, and they've never even really been able to beat Hamas at a man-to-man fight. It's a fact. They have to bomb cities from afar, just like our country does. Folks, I've seen things that would make you question your government. It would never make you watch another shit show like CNN or Fox News again, because they're just both bitches to their political counterparts, the Republican and Democratic Party. I was raised in the Bible Belt, Texas, which is, my mom is a radical Republican, whose has been, and I, for the most part, have swung more on the liberal side, but lately, no, I don't care. They both make me sick. I am grateful, however, to be able to put this channel together so that you can see the way it really is, and you can see that a lot of stuff is indisputable. If you've been to Gaza too, you would say your whole perspective will change. Like, everything that you thought you were ever taught that was right and wrong, it's going to make you angry. And a lot of this stuff had me so angry that I turned to very dark parts of got these very dark periods of my life. You know, here our country has made these people out to be terrorists when they're not. They're the ones getting terrorized. For 75 years. If this shit happened in my state, we'd have militia on every corner. Let me give you an example. Okay. This is just day-to-day things in Israel. Or in Gaza. In the occupied territories. Settlers are allowed to attack people. Now mind you, these settlements are illegal under international law. Okay? The Israeli army a lot of the times will accompany them. As a matter of fact, Israeli Jewish marriages are not allowed. They're not recognized. And they call it a democracy, but when you try to pull out your crucifix or something, if you're a Christian, which I'm not any religious denomination, the Israeli army, if they see you, they'll make you put it away. That doesn't seem like democracy. I don't know. Something's just not right about the whole thing. I mean, Israel got attacked one day. And how many times have they done that to the Palestinians? This happens every day, guys. Every day. Someone's thrown from their home illegally. You know, displaced. Children shot. Children, they arrest kids, 6-year-old kids, for throwing stones at military vehicles. Come on. With no due process, no court date. We don't see anything wrong with this. I mean, something is really wrong with us, our country, how's it governed, everything else, which is so much hypocrisy. Well, I decided instead of letting that take me to dark places in my life as I have in the past, all the anger with my country, I decided to put together a channel. I mean, I have so many videos that I think everyone should see. We need to see this. It's very important that we see this. And I hope that you find it informative. And I try to be, understand both sides. And I've only heard this my whole life. It seems like I've only heard the Israeli narrative. I think we all have. And the media, both CNN and Fox News, you're both guilty of this, and you know it, have painted a very one-sided narrative. And we all should be angry with it. Fox News is worse, but CNN, come on. There's some people that are starting to, and like I said, I've said this on a previous broadcast, that it's a really sad day when I have to rely on Al Jazeera, which is not even really affiliated with my country. It's funded by the country of Qatar, which I'm sure is a lovely country. Nothing against them, by the way. To give me real news, to show me what's really going on over there. It's sad. I cry every day for these people, guys. My husband is sick and tired of seeing me come home and crying about seeing dead children. So rather than talk about it and talk about how angry I am and be angry, let it affect my life, I want to turn that into something positive that maybe will put more awareness out there, especially here in the Bible Belt, where people really need to be. If anyone could tell me that when an occupying force was to come to your home, kick open your door, and tell you they're taking over your house for 2 days to 2 weeks, and you can't go anywhere during this time, not even to work, by the way, you or your kids. And during this time, this is the best part, they're going to drink all your water, which is limited because Israelis families are allowed twice the amount of water that Palestinian families allow. They're going to drink all your water, use it for showering, drinking, whatever they want, eat all your food, and there's nothing you can say about it. If you sit there and try to tell me that we would just put up with that and not act in a hostile way, you're a liar. You don't even deserve a favor. Because I can tell you right now, there'll be militia on every corner. Every corner. And this is just a typical day in Israel. You don't have to be someone that Israel has intelligence about for them to bust in your house like this. And arresting 6-year-olds for throwing stones at military vehicles, that's all this army's been used to. This is not the army you thought it was. It's badass Israeli military. I want you to ask yourself this. If their intelligence was so badass, like everybody makes it sound like, then why didn't they know about what was going to happen? They got their ass handed to them that day. They did. And as reports keep coming out, most of the fire that killed the people in the kibbutz and a lot of other places, was from friendly fire from Israeli tanks and helicopters. So they have a policy called the Hannibal policy, the Hannibal directive, which means that they don't care if they have hostages in an area, they're still going to fire at that area indiscriminately. And this is someone we call our friend, folks. I think we need to rethink our friendships. No, this is not a good ally. And I'm not saying that all Jews are bad, because there's a lot of wonderful Jewish people. In fact, I was moved to tears the other day when I saw this video of these Jews, which I'll be posting on my page. Stopping a ship from leaving. It was so inspirational to me to prevent weapons from going into Gaza. So, this is not a fundamentalist Muslim nation, Palestine. These are just normal people. Half the women don't even wear the veil or anything. They don't, and the fact that you really should ask yourself, with everything that's been done to these people, the dehumanization, the lack that they can't vote, they don't have an airport, nothing, no military, you would think that there'd be more terrorist attacks. And by the way, I want to remind you people who call them terrorists, it wasn't a Palestinian that attacked us, it was a 6-foot Saudi, or 6'5" Saudi. So you really need to think about that. And I don't know. I just think, in my opinion, they think that we need to support Israel. We need to support it. This is a mooching country. They only get money from mooching on people. And they're okay with it. And one thing that all the presidents have agreed on in the past, they all hated Netanyahu. He needs to go. He was responsible for the assassination of Yitzhak Rabin, who wanted peace, Yasser Arafat. And that's not all. Netanyahu is responsible for us going to Iraq. See, the Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. Look at all the soldiers that died as a result of this. Because Bibi got scared because he said, Israel need to be wiped off the map. Probably does. Do I believe Israel should be allowed to exist? I'm not even sure. Personally, my opinion, just because, the Armenians went through a genocide. 10 million people. You don't see them going around stealing lands and demanding country for their own so they can feel safe? No. So no, I don't necessarily think that they should. And the Hasidic community seems to not think that they should be Zionist. Zionism is evil, man. It really, really is. It's only for certain people. Did you know that the Ethiopian Jews in Israel were given injections so that they couldn't reproduce because they were the wrong color? People say Israel's not racist, but yes, it is. Yes, it is. The law of return is a racist apartheid law, which only allows Jews, even if you're a Jew that's never set foot in Israel, the right to be citizens in Israel. But it's a timeshare rich. I heard from he told me it's a timeshare rich. In which you come over there, eat kebab, dance in Tel Aviv, and kick Palestinians out of their home. So maybe this is something we should all think about. If we're really doing soul searching and we're really being two-sided, let's really think about this, okay? It's just, and I've just become aware too about how many civilians we killed in Iraq. That was a waste of time, a waste of money, and tax dollars. If anything, we should be angry that our tax dollars are being given to kill children. Like I said, the darkness that this has led me down was just drinking every day and just punishing myself. Because I felt like an unwilling accomplice to murder, but thank God I didn't vote. I can't say I didn't vote for Ryan because I didn't vote this year. I thought they were both idiots. But I can't say Trump would have been better. But Trump almost started a war for Bibi Netanyahu. And he even said the guy was ungrateful. He needs to go. He needs to go, and we need to bring back another Rabin. But the sad thing is, the majority of the Israelis share this viewpoint, this militant, insane viewpoints that the majority of Muslims are not even human. They call them sub-Jews. They will shout. They will go to a wedding. There's a group called Lahava in Israel. It's a hate group that promotes stopping unions between Muslims and Jews. They will travel to a fucking wedding and ruin it, and sit there out there and protest. This one wedding in particular between them. It's got Mahmoud Mansour and I think it was Malka. I can't remember his last name. They had to hire all these security guards for their wedding. That's just sad. And these people have to go to places like Cyprus just to get married. And the only people that protest the wedding or sometimes bomb the wedding are Israelis. So, it seems like they deflect everything that's wrong to them on the Palestinians. There's even reports of Israeli military raping Palestinian women and videotaping it and show their family. They don't cooperate. this is our ally. I mean, a lot of the stuff that Israel shows all the time is proven to be lies and debunked. Especially like the beheaded babies. And the fucking, what cracked me was the worst of the calendar though. It was a calendar, was what all it was, with the days of the week on it. But they swore it was the names of terrorists who signed their name on this document. Why do we keep believing these lies? Why do we keep listening to them, giving them an inch of our time? It's just disgusting. And, you know, I think when this is all over, I would agree with Scott Ritter of asked the inspector that, you know what, Palestine's going to say to hell with all these people, the Arabs that didn't come to their aid, and they should, and as well as us. And they're just going to be, you know, I honestly admire those armed militants that are defending Gaza. You have to understand, folks, Israel is the invader, okay? Not the Palestinians. So why is everyone taking up for Israel? Yes, they attacked them on October 7th, but do you know why? Have you ever asked yourself why? No, you haven't, because you're too close-minded to look at, to research the entire history of the conflict and to know what's being done to Palestinians, because you only want to believe what's on your shit show media, CNN or Fox News. Well, I think that after you see some of the videos that I'm going to post on this channel, maybe you'll change your mind. And I'm hoping that you'll see it for what it really is. A racist apartheid regime. Easy to dismantle. Alright, I gotta go. My husband wants me to do him a favor, so I have to drop everything I'm doing and I'm going to do that. But I'll leave you with that. Have a good day.